Hello beautiful souls. So for this video we are going to be talking all about journaling, which was a requested video, and it fits in nicely with synchronicities of the Ellen cycle and Corona cycle here on Patreon, and this video will later go up on YouTube. So we're going to now have the 5 Joey recommended ways of journaling when you find it difficult to do. How to journal and 5 easy steps. I'm sorry, I feel so silly saying it. Like Daisy's over in the corner giving me the look of her life, like, what are you doing, human? So firstly we're going to talk about the synchronicities. I actually grabbed this Love Your Inner Goddess journal book. I got it from a store in Glastonbury. There were many synchronicities in this book, but one of the reasons that I knew it was something that I absolutely must get, and the artwork, who's the artwork by? One moment, let me Alana Fairchild is the author of the book, and the artwork is by Lisa Ferrante. Okay, so this is the first image that I want to show you guys. I will try my best to fight with Zoom, and it says wild at heart in her antlers, and this is obviously a representation of Ellen of the Ways. So that was one thing that was really cool. The second thing that was really cool was there is a little, oh, you're not going to be able to see that, there's a little fox just underneath all of the first blurb, and then I felt that this image here was very more organic. She's crowned in roses, which if you've been with me for any length of time, you know that means something to me. And in the writing down beneath, it says she is beautiful and terrifying at the same time, and that's very more organic. So this is something that I have been started doing. This is journaling to love your inner goddess. There are many quotes. There are many quotes at the base of the pages. There's different chapters, so and the chapters are quite split up. This one is really interesting to me because it didn't put me off at all, which is nice. Magdalene priestessing, invoking the protection of the divine feminine, soul medicine for when you have been abused, judged, criticized, or shamed, and it's part of this healing process right here. And then, you know, there's some written parts, and so you start off as you wish to, and then you sort of get guided along the journey as you get further into the journal. So that was very synchronistic with some of the energies of Ellen, and an actual picture of Ellen, so I knew I had to, you know, get it just before we began the Ellen cycle. So I had been asked to do a video to talk to people about who find blockages and find it difficult to journal, and some of the things that I would recommend. So here we're going to have 5 different things that you can do to help you when you are looking to journey through a journal. Number 1, it doesn't have to be pretty. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. So if you're one of these people who is very apprehensive about journaling because you have this idea that it looks like all of the journal versions that you've seen on Pinterest or here on YouTube or wherever, and they're all gorgeous layered pieces that people have created, they put all their own artwork in it, and you're like, I can't do that, mine's going to look like a mess, then fear not. The point is to pour your soul into something. It doesn't have to look aesthetically pretty, but there are alternatives because not everybody is a painter. So I've written some down. A pre-created journal like the one that I just showed you that already has pretty pictures in it if you are an aesthetically driven person, but your own drawings don't match up to how they look in your head. You can also use stickers or stamps, colouring in, sticking in images you like. So you can get, sorry, my computer just did something really strange. So you can like basically have empty pages and then find things that you find really pretty, stick them in. Things that you find interesting, stick them in. It doesn't have to look like anything. It just has to inspire you. You can get little stickers, little stamps that you can stick and journal in and just do that sort of thing. I keep doodling little hearts and little stars in mine because I can do those okay. And I enjoy them. It's a kind of scrapbooking effect, basically. So it doesn't have to be picture perfect. You just have to enjoy the elements within. So don't let aesthetic put you off. Even if you just want to write and write and write and write, that'd be helpful. I think number 2, having a mission statement for the journal rather than a broad spiritual self-help idea can be massively helpful. To have like a mission directive, basically. Start smaller, start simpler. Choose something like my daily spiritual habits. If structure is your jam, then put that to work. Start the day with a tarot or oracle card. Grab a book, do a stitchomancy, and see what word leaps off the page. Make notes when you feel called to or inspired to. If you're not a structured bunny, treat it like a diary. Write when you need to, when you feel like it, when you want to, and how much you feel called to at that given point. So have an idea of what you're starting off with. This is about my journey to the inner goddess. This is about learning self-help through the daily habits, something that is manageable and not too broad. And then treat it however you feel called to. Don't think it has to look like anything. This is my favorite. Number 3, dismiss the guru. Be a do you. There is a trap here thinking you must sound spiritual or enlightened all the time, even in your journal. Dismiss this idea and write the truth, whatever it is. Swear, moan about bloating, document your fears. It's all shadow work and will be helpful. You don't have an audience. It's just for you. Number 4, start small, but just start. If long, wordy journal entries freak you out, don't do them. Write 1 to 3 words per day. Add some color. Once you get into the habit, you might feel drawn to write more, or you can unpack those words or doodle around them. See what they mean to you. And number 5, above all, have fun. Treating a journal like a friend to take on adventures is key. You get to say and do whatever you want. You can release whatever you need. You can doodle. You can use fun stamps. You can color parts in. Take the heaviness out of the idea of journaling and try and enjoy it. And when you are feeling heavier, know that you can turn to your journal and write out what you're feeling without judgment. So those are my 5 helpful hints, tips, tricks for journaling, guys. I hope they were helpful. If you have any more questions, pop them down below, and many blessings.